Okay, I'm going to go over the process for the distal machine here real quick. First, we're going to turn on the distal, 3D distal. Okay, click on that first and hit yes. Okay, at the same time, I'm turning on the laser. Okay, right, and this is going to connect us to the laser. Okay, so let's give it a second right here. Okay, that little ding-ding-ding-ding. Right, that's the USB connecting up to the laptop. Okay, what I found works best is when we see the Wi-Fi show up here, we can try it now, but we click, even though that's grayed, we can still click on connect it to a USB. Now it said it failed, it just hasn't done its thing yet. Let's just be patient, and we should be able to connect onto it here in just a second. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so now it's connecting. Okay, it's leveling. So now we know it did connect up to the distal machine. So it's leveling. Right now the laser's turning round and round. Okay, and we're going to let it do its thing. Okay, so now that is done. Now what I would do is I would put this up in the top right-hand corner up here. Okay, now we're going to minimize that. Okay, now we're going to open up our Etemplate measuring tool. Okay, so now we open this up, hit yes. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're going to exit that measure. Yes, we're going to do fine just right there. Okay, right. So now the first thing we got to do is, one, we got to turn on the laser. Okay, see, right now it's not turned on, and you want to turn it on right here. Okay, when I click that button right here on my Etemplate right there, that turned on my laser right there. We want to turn it on from there. If it does not turn on, you got to reinitialize it right there. Okay, so now we got it turned on. Now the next thing we have to do is find our x-axis. Okay, there's our x-axis right there. And now that it's on, I can bring my camp laser up here, and I'm just going to go point at a wall. Now we'd want to do crosshairs so we could go back and do that every time. So I'm just going to do that x-axis right there. Now look, if I make the toolbar active, I can just hit the space bar and I get a positive click. Okay, now I move over to here, right? Click right there and look right there. There's my x-axis. Now that x-axis is floating up on the level that we recorded it on. So we have to move it back down. Now the way we do that is we come up to this guy right here and we right click and we go parallel. Okay, right, so now we go parallel. If I make the toolbar active again, all I have to do is point to the ground. Let me get the laser up here so we can see it. I point to the ground. Okay, I'm going to point to the ground right here. Okay, and now watch, when I hit the space bar again, I'm going to hit the space bar. We just created our plane, and if we look, we've just made our first plane, and it's on the ground. That's our construction plane. Now it's as simple as going like this, and we're going to go right here. We're going to get our two line. Okay, so we're going to get our two lines, and we select our two lines right there, and I'm just going to go through all my doors. There I am. I'm going to start right there again. Now we do that, need to remember how we start. So I'm going to make the menu bar active. So click. Okay. I'm going to move over to another spot on my wall. Click. Ta-da! There's my first line. Okay. Go over here. Click. Okay. Go over to here. Click. Okay, there's my second wall. Okay, here comes my third wall. Click. Okay, I'm going to go over to here. Click. There's my third wall. Okay, now I got to move over here. Okay. Click. Okay. Now I got to get up on this part of the wall. That'll work right there. Okay. Ta-da! Okay. Now I'm on this wall right here. Okay. Click. Now we're going way over to the other side of the wall. Click. Okay. There we go. Second to the last wall. Click. Okay. And then over there. Click. Okay. Now over here. Click. Okay. And then way over to here. Okay, there's my room that I want to measure. Now I want to connect it back up. So now I come into these tools right here, and there's my trim, and the easiest one is use the smart trim right there. And I just start trimming, and there we go. I connect all my lines, okay, and there I am. My wall is drawn now. Now I need to set the height, and I'm going to use that with this. This it measures from the current construction plane that you're on, and the only construction plane we have is the floor. So if I click on that, okay, now if I point the laser up at the ceiling, okay, so now I go up to the ceiling right there, okay, and I hit enter. Now look what it did. There's my ceiling height, and it also copied that to the clipboard. Okay, so now I have my height in the clipboard. So now if I right click on my screen right here, and I go to views, and I go to the isometric view right here, right now I want to highlight everything. So I draw a line around everything. Everything's highlighted. Now I want to extrude that up. And I hit that guy right there. And I just, I want to hit accept, okay? Then I want to accept that 0. I want to hit 0 there. And then right here, you cannot go Control V. You have to paste it in. There's my height right there, and I hit accept. And there's my walls now. Okay, now, before I start working with all this, I want to go to the layout tool, okay? I want to go to the layout tool, and I want to create. Okay, so now this is where we got to remember what order we made the walls in. Okay, so I hit create. Okay, yep, my walls are going to be 4 inches thick. There's no accept button here. Okay, this is what threw me for a while. You just have to hit enter. Okay, now I hit the walls in the order that I drew them. So we started over here. I click that, all the bottom walls right there. Okay. Right, hit accept, okay, and now hit accept, and there we are. Okay, now look how the construction plane moved on us. That's all right. We're going to be fine, okay, because now we can start going in there and drawing our walls, and I'll do that on another lesson plan. But I think that's a real good start for us. Now, if I wanted to select this wall to draw on there, I'll just show you this here real quick. I hit the layout button again. I hit select, and I select that bottom wall. And now if I move this around, you can see I'm on that wall.